Check 1, 2. Check, check. Check 1, 2, 2, 2. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. You had the wrong one. You had the wrong one. There you go. Check, 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 check. 1, 1. Check 2. Check, check, check. 1. Check 2. Check, check.
I need a makeup artist.
No, I don't know what. I can't say waiting on you. I ain't gonna say that.
Top it off, or you want it? Yeah, please. Oh, no, 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 that's okay. Oh, top it off. No. Oh, that's okay. We good. When was Zell Miller governor? Check mic, 1, 2, 1, 2. You got a mic check? I got a mic check. Who's checked the mics? Both of your mics been checked? Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. LC, all your people know you on, right?
Again?
All your people know you coming on? You don't told your folks?
Oh, I got it on my folks. I got it on my Facebook page, and Huh?
Test 1, 2.
Right here. Like, can you put it on his shirt right here? So I bring it down here? Yeah. So what is it? I got it right here. I'll try to hide it. Just get it. Just see how it sounds. I don't know if you can
Te-
mic check real quick.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Test 1, 2.
Mic check, 1, 2, mic check, 1, 2. Who checked your mic? My mic's been checked. All the mics got to be checked. Check them one again. Check them 1 and 2.
And now, we're live. Yes, live from James Place. And we're talking
Barbershop Talk.
Yes, barbershop talk, where nothing is off limits and everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table. Barbershop Talk. Come on, everybody. We're here at James Place. Barbershop. We're talking barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Where nothing's off limits. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Everything's on the table. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Barbershop talk. Everything's on the table.
Wednesday, you know what we're doing Wednesday. We have a conversation with our guests. I'm talking about a great conversation with our special guest. So please, man, please, sir, tune in. Tell your friend to tune in. Tell your neighbor to tune in. Tell those church members to tune in. Call your enemies. Call your enemies to tune in to Barbershop Talk Live. We're going to have a great conversation with our special guest tonight, Mr. L.C. Myles. He got some stuff he wanted to tell you. He wanted to get off his chest. But before we get into that conversation, I got to let you know who helped this program go behind the scenes. I'm talking about my good friend, Demetrius Johnson. She's right here in Augusta, Georgia, got a company called Beverly's Body Butter. Whip, scented shea butter, right here in your city. She got all kind of flavors. She got coconut, mango, peach, strawberry, island paradise, and something new, Egyptian musk. Boy, you better get in contact with her. You better give her a call at 706-564-5335. Again, that's 706-564-5335. Do you have TikTok? She got TikTok. Hit up on TikTok, Melon Queen 1976. Again, Beverly's Body Butter, Demetrius Johnson. Looking forward to seeing you with that product in your hand, on your nightstand, also in your medicine cabinet, and put it on your hair. Demetrius Johnson, Beverly's Body Butter. Listen, also, if you have a problem, just want to keep the yard maintained, cut down some trees, need some demolition work, or just some pond work, call Allen Odom. Pond maintenance right here in Augusta, Georgia. Also, hit him up at 706-294-8493. That's 706-294-8493. Again, that's Pond Maintenance, my good friend Allen Odom. Call him up. Waiting for you, looking forward to seeing you again. Tell him John from Jay's Place Barbershop Talk Live. Say, I got to get that deal you've been talking about. We'll give it to you. Great service, great price. Call him up again, 706-294-8493. Allen Odom, Pond Maintenance. Listen, CSRA, if you wasn't around these last 2 weeks, shame on you. You didn't hear what was going on in Augusta, Georgia. Shame on you. We had some amazing events going on. We had the sneaker ball going on. We also had the Speak Up Sister Wars show going on. A lot of things in the CSRA. So no excuse for not you having a good time. Again, listen, I want you to be aware of what's happening in the CSRA all the time. Go to the community calendar. Follow those different events going on. Follow Angelic Community Resource, Speak Up Sis. Oh man, it's a lot of stuff going on in Augusta, Georgia from weeks and weeks to come, all the way to the end of the year. So please, ma'am, please, sir, govern yourselves accordingly. Listen, also, this just came into my spirit. If you're looking for a DJ, why not call DJ J. Will? give him a call again. That number is 803-215-3838. That's 803-215-3838. Again, DJ J Will give you what you're looking for and a little bit more. Okay, again, do it. Barbershop Talk Live is always live. Also, be aware if you have a black business in Augusta, Georgia, you're trying to open up a black business in Augusta, Georgia, you're trying to improve your business, you're trying to expand your business, why not be a part of the Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce? My good friend Ronnie West, Shagrela Hammond, putting this program together. You can also hit them up, mygabc.org. Again, that's mygabc.org. Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. I'm an ambassador of the organization. Looking forward to see you at the next meeting again, mygabc.org. Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. Sign up, join up. Let's get together. Let's make this thing happen again. Without further ado, I wanted to introduce to some, and I want to present to others, good friend LC Myles is the guest in our hot seat of Barbershop Talk Live. What's up, LC?
Good afternoon. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. You good?
I appreciate you having me here. I'm good.
Man, look at him.
If I wake up in the morning, I'm good.
Got to be more careful. That's all I need to know. Man, it's good to see you.
Hey, good to be here.
You looking good.
Good to be seen.
Man, can I get comfortable?
Oh, yes, sir. Just take your shoes off.
Let me get loose, because listen, I don't know if you know, but it's a pleasure seeing you in our midst.
Well, it's a pleasure being here.
Now, what I call this LC is the hot seat.
Well, I mean, it don't seem to be.
It's comfortable.
If you get a little hot, I got something.
Well, you have been chosen, and you've been designated, you've been appointed to sit in the hot seat today. So I want to say thank you for sitting in the hot seat, just having a great conversation with Barbershop Talk Live. Now, remember now, before we get into this conversation, whatever you're going to tell me, or whatever you're thinking about telling me, don't even tell me, because I'm good. I want you to tell the people the Barbershop Talk Live world behind that camera.
Great.
You know, so now before we get into this conversation, because I've just been waiting on this conversation all week. All week I've been waiting on this conversation. So I already checked some stuff out. I know who you are.
Okay, long.
You good.
All right.
I know your people.
You know my people.
I know
some of your people.
You know
too.
my people. We know, you know.
I met some of your people.
My people.
Your people told me to tell you hello.
Oh, there you go. Your people meet my people. We good.
And I know we got good people.
We got good people.
Yeah, that's all right. So we all in good company.
But now watch this now, LC.
All right.
The part that's kind of mysterious about this whole your people, my people, I know you. But the people behind that camera, they don't know you.
Well, hopefully they'll get to know me before we sow it.
There you go. So look into that camera. Tell the people of Barbershop Talk Live world, who is LC Myles?
Well, first of all, LC Myles, let me go back a little bit.
Go on back.
I'm the son of a sharecropper from Bolton, Mississippi. That's about 13 miles from Jackson, between Vicksburg and Bolton. You know, I stayed as a sharecropper farmer. We stayed about 7 years old.
Okay.
Then we had to sneak out at night because, you know, we owed some money down to that store down there at that sharecropper place.
Okay.
And moved to the city.
Okay. You better pay your debts.
Well, you know, back then, you know, you couldn't pay your debts because you were sharecropper. You never did make enough crops to pay the, you know.
There you go.
bills, you know,
Okay.
So that's how it was.
Okay.
I mean, but nevertheless, we got to the city and I started going to school in Jackson, Mississippi. And I stayed there, graduated from high school, joined the military, joined the Army.
Okay.
I was in the Army for 21 years, so I went to Theater 2 in Vietnam, received a Bronze Star for my service there. You know, I really made myself up, and I retired from the military as a first sergeant.
Okay.
After 21 years.
Okay.
I went to work for a national defense contractor, General Dynamics.
Okay.
I worked for them. I started working for them as an instructor. I finished working as a corporate IT manager.
Okay.
And I worked for them for about 23 years. So I retired from them, you know, and during those times, I've always done some civic work and civic duties and so forth. But after I retired, I really went into working for the public in different places. I became a neighborhood association president.
Okay.
A long time before then. I started working with the Democratic Party. In fact, I was one of the original people that revitalized the Richmond County Democratic Party back in 1990.
Wait a minute, LC. They talking to me in my ear.
Okay, but
they telling me you jumped too much.
All right. Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay. So what they telling me in my ear? They just told me that you went from Bolton, Mississippi, all the way from now the Democratic Party. They said.
They didn't hear the party.
So they say you left out too much. So they say, well, did you play football? Did you play basketball? Were you in the sports?
Oh, I played football in high school. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I played a little football. I mean, I played lineman, but you know, I did. We had this team called Vicksburg, and we used to be big rivals. They had these big old boys.
Okay. Okay.
So I went to Brinkley High School. You know, in Brinkley we had 4 high schools in Jackson. We won a few championships, but you know, but we weren't like those guys down there that came from the country down there. They always came and won the state championships.
Yeah.
But it was all good though. We played a little football, and you know, basically, I grew up during the civil rights movement. We were getting ready to voting rights. Everything was happening down there.
Okay.
I remember I shot a hooker one day, and I went. They had a H. Rap Brown. They had a march from Tupelo, Mississippi, down to the Capitol.
Okay.
And one of my brothers had a car, and we went up there and we got in the march, and we marched all the way from Tupelo to Mississippi, where we had all them people calling us names and spitting on us and throwing rocks at us and so forth. I was scared.
I can imagine.
But I went up there and I finished that march. I mean, you know, back in those days, you know, the church was really involved in a lot too. Cause we went to church and had our meetings and preparing for the next day what we were going to do, march or what we were going to do and so forth. But it was a very interesting time. A lot to be learned and a lot of, you know, it's a lot of anxiety and so forth. But you know, in the end, we actually accomplished, you know, got our civil rights and at least our right to vote. That was the biggest thing.
Okay. Serious Story Barbershop Talk Live World. You want to get into this conversation with my good friend LC Myles? Please, man, please, sir, give us a call, 706-426-1533. Again, that's 706-426-1533. Remember, that's a live call-in line. You talk to the guests, or you can talk to myself, or just put a question on the screen with your comments or concerns. Remember, no question is all limit. We got a comment from the floor?
Just a comment.
Okay.
Mr. Myles, did you go off to college anywhere? I understand you say you was in TI. IT, yes.
Well, I went to college for a little while. When I went down, I was in Dania, Florida, and I was going to a community college down there. But you know, I went down there during the time of the Vietnam War, and I was working my way through college and paying for my own self. But every time I got in college, they had a demonstration down there about the war, and they closed the school down, and I was losing my money. That happened 2 semesters, and I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then when I didn't do that anymore, 2 weeks after I quit, I got one of them letters from the draft board. You know?
Oh,
that's how I got it on.
Oh, they need you.
So in the military, I got just about all of my education in the military after I joined, and I got my bachelor's degree, and I got my master's degree while I was in the military. You know, at different colleges throughout the world. So.
Okay. And you say Bolton, Mississippi?
Bolton, Mississippi, yes.
Is that kind of where the Bolton brothers come from?
Oh, no. That's not.
That's a different part. Okay.
Different part.
Okay. All right. Now, you do know the Bolton brothers.
But we had a lot. I know them.
Okay.
My daddy used to sing quartet singer.
Okay.
You know, if you know the Five Blind Boys, and the Shaw Southern Girls, and all those people, we grew up with round quartets. I mean, they got a quartet group coming here, their anniversary. Yeah. I'm going to be up in there too because I love me some quartet singing.
Okay. Serious Story Barbershop Talk Live World again. Give us a call at 706-426-1533, or you can put the question or your comment on the screen. We'll make sure to answer any and all comments. And just to let you know, Barbershop Talk Live World, I like to keep the audience engaged. I like to keep the audience informed what's going on because on Barbershop Talk Live, you know, LC, there's so many things that happens here on the show, and sometimes they're always unscripted. They're never planned. They never know which way we're going to go. So I want to let the people know that's watching, after the commercial break, you will be doing one of your renditions song that you like to do on church every Sunday. So I want them to tune in so they hear the song that you love to sing every Sunday at church. So just stick and stay, don't go nowhere. He will give us a rendition of his song by him having the quartet background with this.
Oh, my dad had.
Yes, but that's in your blood. So stick and stay, don't go nowhere. We'll be back in the field.
All right, okay, gotcha.
You never know, so be ready. Be ready. He'll be back after the commercial break with them old spirituals. But listen, let's get serious. So again, you say you did 20 plus years in the military. First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you because again, what you've done for the country, we definitely appreciate it, and I appreciate it because I kind of wish I went into the military, but it wasn't in the cards for me. So for the person that I get a chance to meet that you've done what you've done, I want to say thank you and appreciate what you did for the country.
Oh, look, man, I really, it really changed my life. You know, a lot of people have different paths to success. Okay. A lot of people go to college, and some people go to trade school. I went to the military, and it really paid off for me. I really enjoyed being there, and I'm glad I went because I'm still reaping some of the benefits of being in the military right now.
Okay. So basically, no regrets.
Yes, sir. No regrets at all.
No regrets. You would do it all over again.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Well, now let's kind of fast forward a little bit now, LC. You're trying to embark on a different path now.
Yes.
You're doing a whole different new thing, as they say. You're doing a new thing. You want to get into the political arena. You want to get into the leadership role. You want to get into the point where you want to really show the community and the people that you're with them, you're behind them, you feel they energies, their pain, or whatever you want to do. You want to stand beside those persons because you get into the position where you want to be a leader, a charged person for the cause. So that being said, you are here to represent what?
Well, first of all, let's go back.
Let's
go back a little bit.
Okay.
Now, I've been in the political arena for quite some time.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm one of the original people that revitalized the Richmond County Democratic Party.
Okay. I've
been a part of the Richmond County Democratic Party for the last 30 years.
Okay.
And not only that, as part of the Democratic Party, I've worked a lot of different statewide organizations and so forth. Like I'm on the Democratic Party committee, the state committee for the Democratic Party.
Okay.
Which means that every county has a Democratic Party. They have representatives that go to the state committee and represent the state committee, and they make the bylaws and the rules and all, the elections and all that type. They do all that type of stuff at that level. Okay. So I've been working with them, and I've run into people from all over the state. Okay. A lot of those people in the legislature right now. Some of those people I've worked on their campaigns. Right now I'm in a position where a lot of people call me for different advice, or they call me if they need some action taken. So I've been a part of the leadership part of the Democratic Party for quite some time. Okay. And not only the Democratic Party locally here, but the Democratic Party at the state level. Okay. So I have that in me, and then I was also part of the initial people that started an organization called the Georgia Association of Democratic Chairs. Okay. That's all of the counties that have a Democratic committee, they have a chair. And those chairs have a group called Democratic Chairs. Okay. And they really go out and try to recruit other counties that don't have committees and make committees. They help other chairs out when they need things, and they also help out the state party to a certain level with some kind of training, and so forth. Okay. So I met quite a few people in that particular capacity, and I was a director there also. So I've been in leadership most all my life. When I talk about leadership all my life, I'm not new to leadership. I mean, I was the oldest son in a family. We had 6 kids. Okay. Now, you know how they treated me.
I know. I can imagine.
I had to take care of those kids.
I can imagine.
All right. Then, after that, I got in the military, and I started off as a private, and then next thing you know, I'm a sergeant, and I got 40 people I'm responsible for. Right. I'm responsible for their livelihood, and I'm responsible for their training and their families and so forth. So that leadership part, I've been there. And then after I got more training, I became a whole company. I had 400 people. Then at one time, when I was at the battalion level, I had thousands of people that I was responsible for. So I'm not new to leadership.
You've been around.
You've been leadership all my life.
Right.
And I've always had people that I've been responsible to ensure that their livelihood and they take care of their family. Okay. When I got to work in the General Dynamics, I started as an instructor, but I was in management. I was in as a supervisor within a year of being there. And I've been worked my way all the way up to a corporate manager at the corporate level. Okay. And I had thousands of people there, hundreds of people that I was responsible for. At the level at the IT manager, I had already here before going, I probably had 25 or 30 people over there. And so being in charge and being in leadership is just like part of my DNA. That's you. Because I've always been taking care of people and being responsible for people. Okay. So after I got out, and the jobs that I've had, this going to the Georgia House, I'm new to the Georgia House, but I'm not new to the game. Okay. I mean,
Well, and that's kind of what I was actually thinking about when you say now you getting into a different role for a leadership role. The state representative role, District 126. Now for the ones that's walking, that's watching Barbershop Talk Live, tell them what is District 126 and what it covers, and also what is a state representative job to do.
Okay. Well, District 126 covers South Richmond County. Okay. That's basically from Meadowbrook all the way down to Jenkins County, which includes, you go from Jenkins County, you'll be in Burke County, and then from Burke County down to Jenkins County. Those are 3 counties that I am in my district
Okay.
and compromise. I spent a lot of time in all 3 of those counties.
Okay.
Now, state representative represents those people in those counties. I am their representative. I'm the one that represents them. I'm the one that they come to when they need some support at the state level, and they need a lot of different things. And I try to help locally when they ask me to come in to help locally. If they needed some a building that I could help, and I can get some resources from to help them do that. You know, at the state level, and then I have some contacts at the federal level at that level too, so I can facilitate some things there. So I'm there to help the people live their best life that they can live. That's what I always try to say.
Okay. All right. Now I got a simple question, and I got a question from the floor. I'm going to get the question from the floor, but I come back with a real simple question. You got a question from the floor?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Speaking of leadership and what you do for the community as a state representative, Prince, hold on a second, Roderick Prince, he said he has been involved with a bunch of community organizations around Richmond County. All of them have issues with getting kids to programs, jobs, mentorships, etc. He wants to know, is there anything as a state representative can do to help with this issue, getting kids in programs?
Well, I mean, when you talk about programs, when you talk about programs to help them in school, in school in Richmond County here, I really love the technical part of the school. So when they get out of school, they've got a job. They a lot of people graduate from high school in the past. They didn't have a real skill, but with the help of some unions and some of the businesses, we're able to have our technical program in Richmond County where those children are getting out of school making good money. Okay. I mean, they're making money they can live off. You know? So I mean, and I just do believe that when you're working out there working, you should be making enough money to live on. You should be making a living wage. Right. Instead of people out there working 2 or 3 jobs just to make a living wage. And I think that we should be able to provide people with enough wage. If they're working every day, they should be able to take care of their families and so forth. Now, as far as helping youth out, I've been a humanitarian. My wife is also a humanitarian. We go around the world helping people to become. She called herself. She said we make people to become champions. We give people hope. Okay. And some of the things that we do everywhere we go, we help youth and we assist youth. And part of her program is helping youth. That was her main. She's a UN ambassador for youth MGO out of Northern Cyprus, and they're a worldwide project. And around here, as far as being a representative and helping children, I can help organizations do better. I can help them in a lot of their cases. I mean, maybe in some cases I may be able to help them financially with some stuff, a bill that we can pass, and help them. I'm interested in having some organizations that are doing some great work. They're in the budget every year, like we have several organizations in Augusta. They're in the state budget every year. They get a budget. Their budget comes from the state budget. And they do that because people like me that are going up as being a legislator can get those in the budget based on, working with the rest of the delegation and getting those bills passed so we can get those kind of stipends in the budget for organizations all the time. And as far as youth is concerned, I really think that we have several organizations here in Augusta that are doing real good for, the youth organizations that have the kids that come out of school and have a place for them to go and do some training and we need to do a lot more than that. And I think there are several other organizations that work with youth, and I think that we can help them by not only making some of the laws, if we need to change some laws or some things to make it easier for them, but also I think we can also pass different types of local legislation that could probably help them also.
Okay. Now, LC, let me go back to that question that I call it a real simple question, and it's simple to me. Now, I want the Barbershop Talk Live world to know what this question is. I want you to look at that camera and tell the Barbershop Talk Live world, what is a Democrat? Now, again, I'm good. Don't tell me now. I want you to look into the camera and tell the people, what is a Democrat? And I kind of give a part 2 to that question. What do the Democrat want? Just what is a Democrat and what do they want? Don't tell me now, LC. All right. Look at the camera and tell them.
Democrats are people that want the best for people. They want the best for families. They want the best for middle class. They want the best for all class of people. We want everybody to have equal rights. We want everybody to have an equal opportunity to do well and to take care of their families. That's what Democrats are for me. And the other part of the question was, what do we want?
What you want?
Well, we want equal opportunity for everyone. We want everybody to have an equal opportunity to take care of their families, everybody to have an equal opportunity to have a great job. That's why we work with unions and so forth, because we want, if you go to work, like I said before, we want you to have a living wage, a wage that you can make and take care of your family if you go to work every day. There are too many people going to work every day, and they're not making what people are staying at home making. That got to cease. We got to increase the minimum wage to a point where people going to work can take care of their families on the job that they are going to. And they don't have to go to 2 or 3 jobs, and they can help raise their kids and raise their families as opposed to trying to get enough money to pay the rent and pay for, with all the other bills and expenses that it takes to raise a family. And they can concentrate on maybe helping their kids through school, helping with the homework and so forth. We need families to do that, and that's one of the things I think that is very important in raising. My mother and father, the 6th grade education is about the most they had. But the best thing they bought me, they bought one set of them old encyclopedias. I don't know what y'all ever had any of those. But that was our internet and our computers and so forth.
Right.
And I spent a lot of time with those encyclopedias and internet. And I think the opportunities that when we were out there in the country and so forth, one of the things they taught us about is the good family values. They told us to protect, really protect our family name, respect our neighbors and our friends, because we the only people that we had to depend on. They were a mile down the road or 2 miles down the road, but they were just the closest. Some of the people that live in neighborhoods here, I used to do something down the street before I got home. We didn't have telephones back then. My dad knew about it. So, I think that Democrats are people that believe that everybody should have the equal opportunity to do well and realize all of the fruits of being a citizen of the United States and being under the constitutional rights. And everybody should be able to receive the same treatment under the Constitution.
LC, that's a nice political answer, and I love those political answers sometimes, but Barbershop Talk Live World, they don't want the political answers. Because what you just told me, you didn't tell me, you told the Barbershop Talk Live World that the Democrats want equal wages, everybody to live good, everybody to eat good, and just get a good education. Republicans don't want that? Now remember now, hold on there, LC. Don't see, these questions ain't my questions. These coming from the floor that people know you was coming on.
That's
a fair question. So now the crazy part about it is, if it's so much easier saying that you want nobody to make $7.25 an hour no more. You want them $15 and above to have a good living wage. Right. So that being said, what the other side want? The other side want you to do the $7.25. Y'all want the 15. Again, to me, it seems so simple because all you got to do is say, the bread costs this, the eggs cost that. Let's get these folks some money so they can be able to afford these daycares, these eggs, these breads, and all that. But why we got to fuss and fight all the time when it's come to the legislation time, when y'all fussing over these bills, and then the gas going up every day, the meat going up every day, but then everybody looking at the point where people in your position get in these seats and you get the fussing and cussing, and then the folks that suffering is the ones that's watching y'all fussing and cuss, and then you be like, I need your vote. I need your vote because I'm going to make the change. I'm going to do right by the city. I'm going to do right by my constituents in my district. But God, dog, get off this $7.25 minimum wage. ALC, this ain't me.
No, go ahead.
Barbershop Talk Live World.
No, talk. Look,
This Barbershop Talk Live World, ain't me.
Look, if they wanted you to have $15 an hour more than $7.50, we would have it already. They're in charge right now. Okay? And we're living with what they're in charge of.
Okay.
And we have to go through them. We've been fighting for years to try to make this happen.
Okay.
While we cussing and fussing, we cussing and fussing, fighting for you.
Okay.
That's why you hear us cussing and fussing.
That's what you're fussing about.
And we cussing and fussing because they are in the majority now, but we're getting there. Okay. You just keep on putting us in office, and pretty soon the tide's going to turn.
Okay.
And when the tide's going to turn, you're going to see that we're going to be able to do a lot more for working people and families than what you see going right now. And you say, do they want that? Well, if they wanted it, we would have it.
Okay.
Why don't we have things like a fully expanded Medicaid?
Okay.
So we got 1.3 million Georgians without health insurance right now. The federal government is going to pay you $5 billion for your first part of your increase in Medicaid, first of all. So we'll have a little 700,000 people that will have health insurance. in addition to that, we have our rural hospitals are really in a crisis right now. Our rural hospitals, out of the 30 of them, about 4 of them has closed in the last 3 or 4 years, and another 18 of them are losing money and they're on the precipice of closing. Now, rural hospitals play a very important role in Georgia. Most of the people that are in the rural areas, they are the people who don't have Medicaid and don't have insurance. So they're going to the hospitals, and the hospitals are not being reimbursed or not being paid for those people that are getting there. The other thing is happening, you got a question?
You good?
The other thing that's happening in rural hospitals is that, the other thing about them is that they don't have a lot of the doctors and so forth are not coming down there. And my solution to that, I really think that I have in my mind a bill that we can probably pass called the Rural Hospital Rescue Plan. We got, in the rural hospitals, they don't have preventive care in those places. So they don't have prenatal care. That is important to the health of children and the individuals there.
Okay.
Most of them have to wait till they got a real serious illness before they go to the hospital and get treatment.
Okay.
And most of the time, a lot of the time, it's life-threatening. People lose their lives because they don't have that kind of treatment.
Okay.
So why can't we get a plan together? First of all, we have to start with fully expanding Medicaid.
Okay.
Fully expanding Medicaid is not going to solve all of the problems. But another problem they have when Medicaid and Medicare reimburse rural hospitals, it is at a much lower rate than they do at a hospital in the city.
Okay.
I think we need to get that to be equal so they can get those same amount of reimbursements from those federal programs that other hospitals do.
Okay.
The other thing we need to do for rural hospitals is do this. Now, maybe we need to get really 20th century telecommunications down there.
Okay.
They need high-speed internet access so they can get telemedicine. They can't have all the experts at the rural hospital, but they can get telemed and get experts. They can have appointments, come into their hospital, have appointment with those doctors and specialists that they don't have down there, and they can do that telemed. Why can't we do that?
When you say the rural area, what area you mean when you say the rural area?
All rural areas, like you feel like even like a Richmond County, we basically have we're the hub of the hospitals here. You go down to Burke County, now that's we starting to get really in the rural area. Now, their hospitals is very fortunate down there.
Okay.
A company took over that hospital when it was failing, it failed, and 2 or 3 other companies tried to get it back, but it was still failing. They were able to get an orthopedic part down there, and when one of the hospitals up here stopped doing orthopedic surgery, they did it down there, and so a lot of Augustans doing that. So they really rescued that hospital, but they're one of the few that have the capability of doing that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, LC,
Okay.
I got to take. They tell him I need to take a commercial break.
All right, okay.
So listen, Barbershop Talk Live World again. We appreciate you for tuning in thus far because we got a lot more to talk about. But before we get into another conversation with my good friend LC Myles, I wanted to get your attention to the screen. We got a good friend Felicia Lee, a company right here in Augusta, Georgia called True Therapy. Also, watch the screen. Another good friend of mine, Demetrius Johnson, right here, Beverly's Body Butter. Watch what she's talking about, and also my good friend Felicia Lee right here in Augusta, Georgia. Central Avenue, a company called True Therapy. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Life is full of challenges and struggles, but there's no reason you should have to face them alone. At True Therapy, we provide support and guidance to help you become the best version of yourself. As a mental health counseling center, we provide a full range of clinical behavioral health services to children, adolescents, adults, and families. Our experienced team of licensed counselors and psychiatrists work closely with patients to understand their situation and develop a personalized treatment plan with an emphasis on wellness and prevention. Whether you are struggling with mental illness, substance abuse, relationship and marital difficulties, or the daily stress and challenges of life, we are here to help you find a positive path forward, dedicated to making our services as convenient and accessible as possible. We offer treatment in office, by phone, or via telehealth. Find the help you need. Schedule an appointment at True Therapy today.
Are you tired of your dry, ashy skin? Dermatologist not in your budget? Is your skin looking like dry glue from elementary school that you used to peel off your hand? And your feet feel like you damn near need a sandal? Well, if you got this problem, You can use some of this Beverly's homemade body butter made with all natural ingredients. These are the results before and after. You see the difference? Here's a word from a customer. Before the butter, I was single, lonely, couldn't find my way. Now I'm married with 4 beautiful kids. Thanks, Beverly Butter. To get some of Beverly's homemade body butter, you can call the number below or reach her on Facebook. You better believe it.
Again, right here in Augusta, Georgia, my good friend Felicia Lee with a company called True Therapy, and also Demetrius Johnson, also Beverly's Body Brother. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching those infomercials. Follow what they're doing and subscribe and pay attention to what they're doing. Again, True Therapy, Augusta, Georgia, Felicia Lee, also Demetrius Johnson, Beverly's Body Brother. Get the butter. Get the butter. Also back again, my good friend LC Myles is here in our hot seat. LC, you good?
I'm good.
You good?
How about you? Yeah.
Man, I'm good. I listen. Thus far, I'm enjoying this conversation because you don't telling me what you're going on. You telling the Barbershop Talk Loud World what's going on. So I know they appreciate it. So listen, Barbershop Talk Loud World, you got a question, give us a call at 706-426-1533. Again, that's 706-426-1533. Or put the question on the screen. We answer any and all questions. No question is off limits, no matter what it is. We'll be glad to talk about it. LC, you good?
I'm good.
I got a question that I want to make sure I don't get a chance to forget about, and this is a simple question, and it comes to my mind because a lot of times the people come on and they call me and ask me, tell him this, ask him that, ask him that, ask him that. So I'll make sure I ask these questions to everybody and definitely you. This is a simple question now.
All right.
And again, you told us earlier in the introduction you are representing District 126 and in Richmond County, Jenkins County, and Burke County, correct?
Right.
Hey, John, but you never told him where you was from, though.
Oh, you know what? How did the world did I slip that? Now, again, LC, I've been around this, like to say, I've been around the block for a while. Seen a few little things, you know a few people. Yeah, know a few people that have been around. But now, do you know where I'm from?
No, not really. Tell me where you from.
Do I need to go to another commercial break?
Tell me. No,
I need to go to another commercial break?
No, you tell me on live. Where you from?
All right, well, listen, I'm from a big little town called Waycross, Georgia.
I know about that place.
You know about Waycross?
I've been up there, been through there.
What?
Been up there. Y'all got a lot. It ain't no little town, no.
There you go. You know about it.
It's not a little town.
You know about
it.
It
used to be a little town.
It looks to be a little town. So listen, all those folks back in Waycross, they watching. So wave at the
Hello,
folks.
Waycross. How you doing? I come through there all the time.
There
I
you
like
go.
going
Listen, give him a plate when he come back through.
Atlanta.
Give him a plate. Give him a plate when he come back through there.
Appreciate it.
Hey, just say you know me, they get you a plate.
They give me a plate.
Get you a plate or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. And
Y'all just hook the brother up, okay?
You're going to fix you up
I'll
now.
stop you, and I will stop up in there. My wife will tell you.
Okay.
I stop all around the highway.
Got to be more careful. So you done been to some spots down there.
Oh, yes, sir.
You done been to some spots.
2 or 3 of them down there.
So let me begin before I want to make sure I ask the question from the people. And the people that gave me this question I asked you earlier, and again, your district that you're trying to cover is 126, Richmond County, Burke County, Jenkins County, and all those rural areas.
Right.
So that being said, now Les, you've seen it. You've seen it all. So based on what you've seen it all and know what's going on in those areas, what is Augusta missing? What is Augusta missing? Because again, you got some folks that come from different cities, military, you got some people that come from different parts of the country, just move here, school, different things, and they come from areas that's thriving. They come from areas that's booming. They come from areas that's a lot going on. And when they get here, they say, well, what's going on right here? Now you know. Now, LC, don't you tell me nothing. You look into that camera, you tell the people of Barbershop Talk Live World, what is Augusta missing in your opinion?
Well, I think right now, when I look at Augusta, and if it's missing something, first of all, we need to be a destination city. People need to be able to come here on the weekend just because they want to come to Augusta. We don't have one of them. We got the Augusta National when Augusta, but that's what?
That's April.
April, you know. But
One week.
I keep asking, why don't we have an outlet mall here? You know, an outlet mall, you can build an outlet mall, people that get buses and come here from all over the place. And then we can build restaurants and apartment complexes around that. You look see what they did with that stadium over there in North Augusta.
I see that.
You see all of the surrounding stuff.
I see that.
Now, outlet mall in a stadium like that, it draws that kind of business there.
Right.
And it draws people.
Right.
Because there's things to do and there they take their family out to eat, and they can take their family out to nice places to go at for recreation and so forth. I mean, but you know, to attract those type of people, we're going to have to, first of all, you know, you look at Augusta, what we going to grow? We got South Augusta, but we don't have infrastructure out there yet.
Okay.
We don't even have such thing as just sewer lines.
Drainage.
Drainage.
Right.
I mean, we still got septic tank out there in a lot of places.
Right.
So I mean, you know, I think we need to utilize that land out there, and our growth. I think we already have a plan. I think for growth here, and we are growing with a lot of, you know, condos and apartment complexes and so forth. But I think, you know, to attract some of the high-end rooftops, you know, we've got to have to use that land we got out there and entice some people to come out there. And some of that enticement might mean that, you know, if you go out, if you ever leave Atlanta and go to Alabama, you see all those factories, car factories and airplane factories and all those factories out there. They're there because the state gave them incentives to come out there.
Okay.
And all those places out west. When you come to East Augusta, or East Georgia, where we are, you don't see a lot of those big places because we haven't gotten a lot of the incentives that they use, the state used to attract those. We got plenty of land. So we need the state, or we need to talk to the state about getting incentives to attract those high-end automobile companies, aircraft companies, and so forth. And then if you get those type of places, people will come. The city will grow. And I mean, I'm sorry to say, the other thing that we need to do is we're going to have to do better with the grade that our schools have here in Augusta.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you know, that determines a lot of whether people want to come to your city, live in your city, about how well your school system is doing. And I think we have great administrators here in the school system. I think they're doing a great job. I mean, we've got 2 of the top 10 schools in the state in Augusta, Georgia, right here. They're called magnet schools, but they're 2 of the top 10.
Okay.
And then we got one of those schools in Augusta is in the top 15.
Okay.
So now, of all the whole state of Georgia, we got 3 of the schools in the top 15 and all of Georgia. So we can't say we have regular administrators. They don't know what they're doing. Somebody got to know what they're doing. If you're going to have those schools done, I mean, the teachers and administrators and everybody else are probably doing a great job. But I think what we need to do is relook at how we are allocating resources for the rest of the school. We got 3 schools making A pluses and the rest of them making F. Something wrong with the way it's. I mean, I'm not an expert and I'm not a school, but I do think that it's not because we have our administrators are bad, our teachers are bad, our school board don't know what they're doing. They're the same people that are administering those schools that are making A pluses and that are the top 3 schools in the state. So I mean, I think that the knowledge is there, the amount of expertise is there to get all that done. But I think it's just a matter of getting together and determining how to revamp it and just look into and maybe use some of those same things you can imagine in school, move some of that stuff down to the regular public schools. Okay. And let's see, can we get the grades up a little bit? I mean, you know, that's just what I see. Now, I'm not.
And that's kind of what I see too. That's a good way to start because those are some of the things that Augusta is missing.
Right. Yeah.
You know, again, you like say you start with the school system. You know, you want to attract folks to the area by a good school system. Definitely with the jobs in the community, and then you want to find places that has not as much crime.
Right.
So it's everything. Everybody has to play a part. Everything has to work.
And you got to have attractions. You got to have people, good recreation facilities. You got to have people want to take the people out to eat. You know, to good restaurants and so forth. They don't want to drive 20 miles to go get one.
And if you're looking for a good barbershop,
stop hey, look, they're all over the place. Especially one right here. Hey,
stop
Jay,
by Jay's Place. Why not stop by Jay's Place?
But hopefully that kind of give you a little insight to where I see it. And I'm not saying that I know it all, and I'm not saying that there's a, you know, and I think, like I said, we got good people working all over this city. And I mean, I think they're doing a tremendous, great job of doing what they're doing. But I mean, you asking me what I see, and I think we got other areas. You know, I mean, I would like to see. I know we got the auditorium, we got the arena and so forth, but I really would like to see a performing arts center here. A great performing arts center. Okay. You know what I mean? With the school kids from the school can come and do dance and they can do violin. They can do all that stuff. I mean, we doing it in the magnet school. But I think we need to be doing something in all the schools.
On a bigger level.
I mean, you could have a small magnet school in every high school. You know, some people could be taking, they want to go and I want to be in the medical field. Okay, well, you can come. You can go to my school. You can go to up here to let's say Hepzibah High.
Right.
You know, you got a track up there when you say when they come from, say, junior high to high school. You say, okay, I want to go to college. You put them in the college track. I want to be in technical school. You put them in technical school, and they graduate from technical school. This guy said, I want to go to college and become medical school. So you got some basic courses that they can take from there, and they maybe have to go to another school to get some of the other courses. But you can have magnet schools in every high school.
Okay. Barbershop Talk Live World. Again, I urge you to get into this conversation we have with my good friend LC Myles. Again, call us at 706-426-1533. That's 706-426-1533. You got a question, you got a comment. If you don't want to give us a call, put it on the screen. We'll answer any and every question. All questions, no questions off limits. LC, I got a question that's been plaguing the community, and not only the community, but the country and also the world, because what we're dealing with now is we're dealing with a major election coming up in a few months. We're dealing with a major election coming up in a few months, and we could have our first woman president.
Yes,
We could.
by all means. Yes.
And also we could have a repeat president also. So it's 50-50. You never know what can happen. The votes can go either way.
Agreed.
So that being said, there's a lot of things that's on the floor of trying to decide for the voters which way we're going to go. And one of those topics that they're talking about is abortion. And it's on everybody's mouth, it's on everybody's agenda, it's on everybody's tongue. Now, don't tell me, LC, I don't want to hear it. I'm good on it. I want you to tell the Barbershop Talk Live World, what is your stance on abortion that's going on right now?
I just don't think the government should be telling women what to do with their bodies and how to treat their health. I think women should be able to make those decisions.
Okay.
And I think criminalizing people to help people save lives is criminalization itself, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
So I really, I'm very strongly, and you're talking about the difference between Republican and Democrat. That's one of the crash differences between the two there.
Okay.
We believe that people should have a right, a human right, to
Make
determine
your own decision.
their own decision about the health, their body, for their bodies and their health, especially women, of course. And not only women, but everybody.
Everybody.
Okay.
We got a question on the floor?
And also, you know, everybody's still talking about Project 2025.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that Project 25, I don't know how many people have actually read that whole thing and see what is in there. But there are some devastating things in there. And I'm not
For the
quite,
schools?
I'm not quite sure who the author is. Now, they attribute it to, you know, a lot of different people, but whoever wrote that is not a person who really cares about the middle class and Americans here in America. I just don't think, from what I read of it, okay? So what are your take on it?
My take on it is not good either, especially when you're going with the schools. They got in the Project 25, I forgot what section I have read about it, is where they got it where they're going to defund and take some money from the public schools and put them to the private school. And then they're going to flip it and say, if you don't get a good education, you're going to automatically be drafted to the military army.
Yeah.
Well, all that is based on the middle class folks that doesn't meet the criteria of a certain financial status. That's going to target them, which is going to be us, or the people like us, or brown folks. That's going to be targeted for most of this right here for the military, and also on Project 25, they was talking about.
It's so much going on in that.
It's
project.
a lot.
It's a lot to read.
Well,
I want to talk a little bit about defunding public education. Now, that's already started.
absolutely, yes,
Last year,
it has.
last year in the session up there, they passed a bill called a voucher bill.
Voucher bill.
That voucher bill is designed to take money out of public schools and give them to private schools and those charter schools. And you know, when you take, schools, especially like our school system, we can't afford to take money out of public schools.
Okay.
Now, first of all, everybody should have the same right to have the equal, in public school system, they should have equal education. So now, if they're taking money, they're saying basically they did this because if we got a school over here that's got a underperforming school, that parents can take their children out of those schools and they can take a voucher and move them to a private school or a charter school. But there's a problem with that. Like I said, some of the people who are struggling right now just to take these kids to public school and have somebody there to pick them up and daycare and so forth. And you know, think about this. There's a transportation problem. Now, who's going to pay for the transportation to get those kids to school? Are the school system going to take that up? But they're not most of those private schools and charter schools are not a part of the school system.
And they don't even have buses.
They don't have buses. They don't have anybody to regulate them and say what they can and what they can't do. And then if the students go there and for some reason fail and they kick them out, they will kick them out because they have strict rules and so forth.
Performance.
They come back over to the public schools. Guess what? The money they took with those kids, it don't come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got to suffer. The public school system is going to suffer even more because now they're trying to support some students that they don't get money for.
Okay.
And then the critical program they're using to try to make the schools better, they're taking funds away from that. I think we really got to work on trying to get them to change that voucher system. And then a lot of those people that really are taking the voucher system, they're already people that can afford to send their children to private schools. They're already going to private schools and charter schools. We just reimbursing them and we're paying for their children to go to school. But most of the people that are not using the voucher, they're in public school. And I think we really protect. I mean, I went to public schools, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, how about you?
Yeah, I went to
how about
public
y'all?
school.
Did y'all go to public school?
Yes, we all did.
So why would we want to come up with a program that's going to destroy our public schools? They're really taking us away from public schools. And then really making education unequal. We giving some people a better education than others. We fought a long time for that when we was going through the civil rights movement. We don't want to go back.
Okay. Okay.
2025 going to put us back there.
It's not only going to put it back, but it's going to really change the. We're no longer going to have a constitution anymore.
Absolutely.
We're not going to have a United States of America. We're not going to have a democracy anymore. That thing is designed for a dictator to be in charge.
And also with 2025, they're talking about that the president can get rid of federal government. He can get rid of all of that at his stroke of a pen. They don't have to go through Congress no more. So I think it'd be more of a dictatorship, as you said.
One of the things that they're planning on doing is closing the Department of Education now. You know that's going to be gone on Project 25. There's not going to be no Department of Education.
Well, let me ask you this now, FC. Again, you running for District 126, and it covers Richmond County, Burke, and Jenkins County.
Right.
Once the November the votes come down and you are successful to win that particular seat, what's your first job? What's your first opportunity? What's the first thing you're going to try to target to let the people know that you're really on their side?
Well, the first thing I want to try to do, I have several targets that I want to try to do. One of the things is I want to try to expand the Medicaid I was telling you about.
Okay.
I'm going to try to work with the other delegation up there and other people to get that expanded. That's going to help all of the people in every county I'm in.
Okay.
Going to help them.
Okay.
So that's one of the things I want to do. And the other things some of the things I've just been talking about.
Okay.
I want to try to help veterans get compensation for the illness and the injuries they see while they was in the service.
Okay.
And I mean by that, it's there's a lot of veterans still on the street that we need to get off the street. And a lot of them have mental health illnesses. They need to be treated for that.
Okay.
And not only the veterans, but there are a lot of people out there that have mental health issues. And we're not doing enough to have first responders out there that are trained to take care of those people. When the policemen show up and they run them to a person that's having a mental health crisis, I mean, how are they supposed to know whether they having a crisis or whether they're a criminal?
Right.
I mean, I think if we don't have a first responder doing that, at least we should have some of our officers in the mid to large cities trained on how to spot those differences and so forth.
Okay.
And I think that we need to be doing a lot of that. And then we have veterans I know veterans that have been waiting 20 and 30 years to get the compensation they've had for injuries. Now, you start like me. I started trying to get my compensation. It took me about 15 years to get it, but I finally got it and they gave it to me. So if they gave it to me, that's obvious to me that I already, it was already mine in the first place.
Why it takes so long?
I mean, if I didn't deserve it, you wouldn't have given it to me in the first place. So why I have to make 15 years? Why am I going through all this? And I know you're probably saying that's a federal thing, but it's a federal thing, but we need to talk to the federal government and people like that in the Department of Veteran Services and so forth, and ensure that, and our congressmen and our senators at the national level, and they've done a better job because it used to take a lot longer to get a case through. But they've actually shortened that period of time because they've actually put some people in there and put some more money and resources in there to help that happen. But it's still taking too long. And I'm saying, if there are people out there that, like me, I mean, I finally got all of mine, but how long did it take?
15
How
years.
much did I have to go through? How much? Why I've been through enough when I went to the service, and I sacrificed enough taking care of being in the military.
Right.
Then I got to come out here and like I'm going through a lot more sacrifices just trying to get what I deserve. I'm not asking for anything I didn't earn. Okay.
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 Single moms.
Single mom.
Single moms. Is any kind of program coming down the pipeline that
Well,
single moms need to know about so they can have a better assurance that they can get assistance for as education to get the kids to and from school? Any kind of meal programs, anything like this that you know about? Now remember, good.
But,
Barbershop Talk Live, they
well,
want to know.
I personally haven't gotten up there yet, but I know that, there's some programs that we can come up with. And I mean, it's basically boiled down to legislator having the will to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think that my colleagues that I'm working with on the Democratic side, I know they are trying to come up with programs like that.
Okay.
And I mean, expanding Medicaid is one of the primary ways to do that.
Okay.
You've got so many single moms here that, they don't have, Medicaid is what a lot of them have to live off of, that Medicaid program. Mm-hmm. And expanding Medicaid is going to include a lot more single parents and a lot more children going to be involved in that.
Okay.
They're going to have health care, and they're going to have the ability to go get prenatal, and they're going to have the ability to get, preventive care as opposed to going to hospitals to try to get treated for something that could have been prevented.
Okay.
If it's preventable, we should be able to take care of it. So I think that for single moms, and then the other thing is I think Harris, for president, we elect her. She's got a program where she's going to increase the amount of money they get for people with children, to help the children benefits and so forth. Mm-hmm. She's got a big increase in that program. That's going to help. $5,000 is a lot for a single parent.
Right.
It can take care of a lot of things. I know you said it's not much, but it might give them. They may be able to get a suit to go get an interview and get a job.
Jump start.
You never know. Yeah. Anybody needs just a little hand up. We ain't trying to got nobody to take care of it. We don't want to be on there for life, but we just sometimes everybody needs need a hand up or need a push up.
I got you.
You know what, Mr. Myles? By you saying that, it's not on you. It just settles a thought. Is that the government can give other countries billions and trillions of dollars to help them out, but we got people around here struggling, veterans that need help, but they don't want to give them the help, or they got too much red tape for the veteran. Then you got single parents out here struggling, trying to make ends meet, but we can give other countries billions and trillions of dollars to help fight a war, or to help fight their hunger across seas, or help somebody build an infrastructure overseas somewhere. It's not towards you.
Okay.
But it caught me when you were talking about the $5,000 for a single parent. I think single parents should get a little more, but also it should be a stipulation for a single parent to get or receive that type of funds, is to give them a incentive and say, okay, you get this money, but you gotta get a job. We're not gonna give you for free, but you gotta get a job. But we're gonna help you, but you gotta help yourself. Government can do more than just give money overseas. They put it towards a program to help single parents find a job. That's my take on that.
Well, I mean, I agree that if they're able, but a lot of single parents. I don't know how many of y'all have been a single parent, but I mean, there's a lot goes into that. I mean, if you got a job, you really got, how much your child care costs these days.
Got your hands full, yeah.
I mean, just finding somebody to take care of the children, but if you got them in school, at least the schoolers got them most of the day, and then you just got to worry about trying to get somebody to take care of them after school.
Right.
So, I mean, it isn't just, and most single parents, they want to work. But if you got 3 children, it's going to be hard for you to work, especially you got some children that are not school age, and you can't afford no $1,000 a month for child care.
$1,000 a week.
A week? Okay, a week. Excuse me, I take that back. A week. Now, so I think if we're going to put them to work, first of all, we got to train them, okay? Absolutely. All right, and the second thing we got to do, provide child care for them. So when they go, they don't have to worry about their children and then the kids and so forth being taken care of. So, I mean, all that, and then, we got to make sure that they are trained in jobs that going to have the kind of benefits that's going to benefit their families and so forth. There are a lot of moving parts to a single parent, raising children and trying to raise their families and so forth. And I agree with you about they say, okay, all of them should have a job, but there's some of them that really don't have the skills to get a job, the kind of jobs they need. And like I said, going to work in a job that don't pay them a living wage is
It ain't worth it.
it's defeating the purpose.
That's what it's come back to the earlier of the conversation. Minimum wage got to go up.
Exactly.
Minimum wage go up, and Kamala Harris says with some of her campaign speech, help with the economy, is bring some of these, bring the cost of living down, bring the minimum wage up, try to find an equal medium. Yeah, I get that. Yes,
But that's going to help a lot more people. You know, a lot of those single parents fall in that category where if you can raise their salaries to these jobs. If I'm working at McDonald's, I mean, I know if we're working at McDonald's, we're paying $15. The hamburgers are going to go up to $7, $8. But you know, that's the cost. I mean, everything is going up. You know.
Yeah, but also too, that's called price gouging, which she talked about. That's because they'll say that the price of living minimum wage will go up because the price of a particular item go up as well. I get that, but some people use that as price gouging, a reason to raise their prices up. I say raise it up, but it don't have to be ridiculous. I mean, you can get a Big Mac for 99 cents. Now you spend almost $6
Yes.
to even think about getting a Big Mac. Just something to throw out there. Yeah, so the cost of living can go down, wage can go up. Of course, product and consumer stuff can go up, but not astronomically go sky high. Price gouging, what she spoke of.
And you know, the price gouging, I mean, a lot of it is being attacked, especially the pharmaceutical companies. You know, one of my things is taking care of elderly people too. You know what I mean? I think the elderly is one of our prized possessions that we have in our society. And right now, there are still elderly people out there that are struggling to pay bills, buy groceries, and buy medicine. Right. Medicine is the big thing, okay? So now I think that, you know, one of the things that she's going to be attacking is the pharmaceutical company and lowering the prices on a lot of medical prescription drugs. So and so that's going to help the elderly too. And the other thing about the elderly, I think they need to have a voice on housing. You know what I mean? A lot of the housing they have right now, they're struggling to pay the rent and so forth. But they coming up with these mixed income housing, which is a good thing for them. Instead of putting them in just an elderly home over there by themselves, they are mixed with other people and they have a chance to be other people. I think that's a better solution to them. But even that, a lot of the newer apartment complexes we're building, if we can get more tax incentives to build more of those, we would really solve a lot of the problems for our elderly people and hopefully get them to the point where they are feeling comfortable. They're having a good life. They've lived a good life. You know, they lived all their life. And, you know, retiring on Social Security is just not...
It's a joke, man. Social Security is a joke because the cost of living is so high you can't afford with Social Security alone. And now you got thing called 401k. You don't have to retire. You got a 401k. That's it. After that 401k go empty, you on your own with Social Security.
A lot of jobs don't even have a 401k anymore.
And that's scary.
They're just working, paying Social Security, and they retire. They've got Social Security, and that's really... I mean, if that's going to be the case and we're going to require them to live on Social Security, then we're going to have to be giving them compensation to help them with their rent and places to live and so forth. But they have lived all their life and they've raised their children and they are part of the people that, made us what we are, and we should be able to take care of them.
Absolutely. That's once again taking that money overseas.
Yeah. Well, LC, now again, have we started early voting already?
We started on the 15th of September.
15th of September.
October.
It's out on October 15th?
October 15th is early voting.
Okay, now are we any of the polling places that's been closed down? Are all the polling places still open? No.
Well, no. Most of the closing places, there are none that's been closed down permanent. We had some temporarily closed, like Brigham Center was closed for a while. They'll be back open this time for early voting.
Okay.
So we'll have all of the early voting sites open.
Okay. So how can the people, follow what you're doing or get in contact with you or even maybe want to donate to your campaign?
Well, that's I have on my website, LC.
Don't tell me. Tell the
My
barbershop
website is Committed to Elect LC Myles.
Okay.
You go on my website. We have a QR code in there if you want to use a credit card. There's an address down there. You can send me a check at my post office box. Committed to Elect LC Myles, post office box 6016.
Okay.
Augusta, Georgia, 30916.
Okay. Okay. And October the 15th, early voting starts.
October 15th, early voting starts. And look, it is very important that we vote in early voting. We got 3 weeks to vote in early voting. Now, we got to get somebody to the polls and get somebody to the election. We're going to give them a ride. During that time, they're going to have people picking you up, taking you to the polls and so forth. We need to probably vote 50% of the electorate during early voting.
Okay.
Because you know on election day it's going to rain.
It's always going to rain.
It's going to rain.
It's always going to rain.
There's going to be an excuse.
Okay.
You got your stomach hurt.
That's something.
That was something.
Can you give me a bottle of water? Can you give me a bottle? Can you give me if I go? I want a bottle of water if I go out there now.
I'll let you get out of line. So there's a way around that, okay?
As long as I get some water.
I'll hold your place in line.
Hold me a bottle of water. Okay. Yeah, don't mess me up. I've been all day.
So that's a way around that too. But the thing about this, that early voting is very, very important.
Okay.
Because on election day, who wants to wait in line for 2 hours to vote?
Right.
So, if you get 50% of voted on early voting, the lines are going to be shorter.
Okay.
Then a lot of people not going to have, the excuses. An excuse, like everybody got one of them.
Right. You can get in and get out.
All this. But early voting, there's no excuses.
Okay.
The polls are going to be open from 8:30 to 6 o'clock. All the early voting sites, there'll be 4 early voting sites. So, Brigham Center, Diamond Lakes, Willow Road down there in downtown. And I think that's the 4 we're going to have.
Okay.
And then Brigham Center. So please come out and vote. They are in every part of the town. So wherever you are registered to vote, you can vote at one of the early voting sites. You can vote at either one of them.
Okay.
And on election day, you have to go to your precinct.
Right.
Wherever your precinct is, you have to go there to vote.
On election day.
You got to remember that.
Okay. Barbershop Talk Live Real again. Thank you for tuning in to a special conversation with my good friend Les Myles. He's trying to make a difference in the series, so he's trying to make a difference in the community and also in the state. So follow what he's doing. Please, man, please, sir. And also exercise your right to vote. Make sure you are registered to vote and become a registered voter. And also kids, neighbors, anybody, make sure they're registered to vote. We'll make a way for you. We'll get you to the polls.
Great. We'll get you to the poll. We have all types of rides to the polls. That we're going to put out phone numbers and we're going to put out places where you can go and call to get rides. Okay. And that's going to be all through early voting. Okay. So get down there early vote. Get down there right after work. You don't get out there before you go to work if you got to work after 8:30. Okay. Or early voting after you get off work. Just go vote.
Now listen, CSRA Barbershop Talk Live World off camera, Les LC told me that if you make it to the polls, every polling place, fried bologna. They have fried bologna sandwiches for you. So please, man, please, sir, go out.
Myles did not say that. He did not say that. We already got it. We got a goddamn help about it. Having trouble by giving people.
So no fried bologna to the bologna. No fried bologna. Got to be more careful.
Y'all can come to one of my meet and greets. You can come to one of my meet and greets and you may get some fried bologna.
No, but no, not on election day. No,
not on election day.
I got you.
Not on election day.
So just go vote. Exercise your right to vote. Hey, listen, again, the election is November the 5th.
November the 5th.
And October the 15th is early voting.
October 15th is early voting.
Okay, so please, man, please, sir, do that for yourself, do that for your community, and do that for the generation. Make sure you exercise your right to vote. Again, do that. I can't tell you who to vote for, but I'll ask you that you will go vote. And also, don't forget about next week in the hot seat. We got our special guest coming up next week. But before, listen, what we got coming up next week, I want you to pay attention. A special guest will be in this hot seat. I'm talking about my good friend, Demetrius Douglas. Demetrius Douglas will be in the hot seat. She's talking about to make sure you, as we talked about the Medicare and Medicaid, she's also a Medicare and Medicaid specialist.
Great.
So she'll be here in the hot seat next week.
One of the people that can help a lot of people out.
Yeah, she'll be right here to get you all the information that you need. So please, ma'am, please, sir, tune into our special conversation next week on Barbershop Talk Live, giving you the information that you need for Medicare and Medicare. So log on, log in, like and subscribe to our YouTube page, like and subscribe to our Facebook page. Now listen, LC, before we get out of here, I got to give you something. Can I give you something before we get out of here?
It's free.
It's free. It's depending on how much you want of it.
Well, I'll take a little bit. I'll try
you don't mind?
I don't mind.
It's free.
Give me a little bit.
It's free.
Give me some.
I'm going to give you this red flag.
All right. What red flag? What we going to do with
that red flag is what we call Barbershop Talk Live Red Flag Challenge.
All right. Okay.
That's the challenge flag. So the crazy part about
it's like a penalty, right?
It's like a penalty.
All right. I like when I don't like to play.
You don't like to play.
And I want to replay.
You want to replay.
Right.
You want to challenge that call. You can throw that red flag out.
I got you.
So I'm gonna challenge you.
All right.
I'm gonna challenge you.
Right, okay.
So I'm gonna make a simple challenge to you, and you have to uphold that challenge. And you have to go all you can to meet that challenge. Is that doable? That's the challenge flag. Now watch this.
Challenge every now and then.
Simple challenge, LC. Simple challenge is when you win the seat, you got to challenge and make sure that you take care of those people in that district. So whenever they need you, whenever they call you, whenever they email you, don't hesitate. Get out the bed, give them a call, go by, see them, whatever you need to do. Your challenge is to make sure you take care of the people of your district. The 126 district, you have to make sure no matter what, and let the people know that you're on their side. And it's a simple challenge. I don't want to make it too hard on you, but is that a simple challenge?
It's very simple for me because I have people calling me all kind of nights.
All day. So you used to.
My wife said, calling you this time of night.
Yeah.
They call me because they got a problem
They got a
can't
problem.
fix.
They
need something. They need some help.
Right.
They want they want me help in some kind of way. So I'm used to that. It's not something that I wouldn't be doing. If I wouldn't be running, if I wasn't about taking care of people.
Simple challenge.
Simple.
So
simple for me.
Basically, the challenge is simple.
That wasn't a challenge for me.
Challenge is simple.
Challenge is very simple.
Simple challenge.
Very challenge.
Well, listen now. Since you took the challenge and you're going to accept the challenge, I got the challenge Barbershop Talk Live World.
Yes, sir.
Barbershop Talk Live World, he accepted the challenge, he's going to see the challenge, but now I got to offer you a challenge. Your challenge is very simple. If you pay into this conversation, which was a great conversation because he enlightened us on a lot of different things that he's planning to do and will do and has continued to been doing. So now, if you pay into the conversation, I have 3 simple questions for you. 3 simple questions, Barbershop Talk Live World. Again, if you got the question correctly, here what you would get. A $25 gift card for Home Depot. Look at that. $25 Christmas gift card for Home Depot. If you pay attention to the conversation, 3 simple questions. This is simple. Just simple. If you got the question correct and you pay attention to the conversation, Home Depot, $25. Listen, the first question is always a simple question. First question is always easy. The first question, if you pay attention to the conversation, what hometown is he from? If you know the answer, get ready. I got 2 more questions just like it. First question is simple. If you pay attention to the conversation, what hometown is he from? He says sharecropper town. If you know the question, got to be more careful, put it on the screen. Second question is very simple. If you pay attention to the conversation, second question is, how many years did he do in the military? Ooh, boy, this thing getting easy and easy. I wish I could answer these questions. I get this gift card. $25 gift card, Home Depot. Listen, if you got the question correctly, this gift card belongs to you. One more question will top it off. You ready for this third question? First question is, what hometown is he from? Second question is, oh, man. How many years did he serve in the military? And the third question is so simple, you better not get it wrong. The third question is, what district is he running for? It's 3 simple questions. You pay into the conversation, God bless you. This gift card belongs to you. Again, what district is he running for? Simple district, simple question. I got him. Gift card belong to you. But listen, don't forget about next week. We're here in the hot seat. My good friend, Demetrius Douglas, Complete Care Solutions. She'll be telling you all the insides and outs about Medicare and Medicaid, give you information on life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, all type of insurance that you need. So again, tune in, Barbershop Talk Live World, next week in this hot seat and get the chance to win this gift card because it belongs to you. So don't forget, like and subscribe to our Facebook page, like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Barbershop Talk Live is always live each and every Wednesday. You want to be a sponsor of Barbershop Talk Live? Inbox, we got a sponsorship package especially for you. We'll promote your business, your service, and your product. If you want to be a guest on Barbershop Talk Live, inbox me. We'll be glad to inbox you and get a guest on our Barbershop Talk Live hot seat. So listen, anything before we go, let's, LC?
Vote. No, this vote, I know every time we have an election, we tell you it's the most important vote that you've ever had.
Right.
But to me, look at this as an Obama event. You know,
Okay.
We can't go back.
Can't go back.
We're not going back.
We ain't going back.
So we kind of want to go forward.
Okay.
And as far as I'm a Democrat, but now I want you to make your own opinions of it.
All right.
But Kamala Harris means going forward.
Okay.
If we vote for the other people, that means going back. And
Okay.
We're not going back. So I think we need to go forward. We got to get everybody that's eligible to vote, let them get registered, and make sure we get everybody in the house to the polls.
All right.
We got to take the car down there, make it a family thing.
Fill it up.
And fill it up.
Let's do it.
All go vote. That's all I'm asking you to do. And I'm asking you, vote for me. Thank you.
All right. Again, you heard it from his horse mouth himself. Again, he's running for that district. He's running for that seat. He needs your vote. He needs your support. But you also need to go out and vote. Exercise your right to vote. Again, Barbershop Talk Live cannot tell you who to vote for. We won't do it. We dare not do it. We just urge you to go out and vote. Exercise your right to vote. Again, we'll see you next week. Barbershop Talk is always live. LC, you want to do this thing with me? You want to do this with me?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this with me. Come on, let's get up on the edge of this seat. I see that camera right there. I want you to look into that camera and tell the people, see you later.
See you later. Have a great day. I enjoyed that, man.
That'll work. That'll work.
Enjoyed
That'll work.
that.
Yes, live from James Place, and we're talking barbershop talk. Yes, barbershop talk, where nothing is off limits and everything's on. And now, we're live. Yes, live from James Place, and we're talking barbershop talk. Yes, barbershop talk, where nothing is off limits and everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table.
Barbershop talk.
All and everybody. We're here at Jay's Place.
Barbershop.
We're talking barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
At James Place.
Barbershop talk. Where nothing's off limits.
Barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
At James Place. Barbershop talk.
Everything's on the table.